Hi there, everyone. Welcome to another Cardwell's Cauldrons here at Geektopia Island. I'm Cardwell.
And I'm Kevin.
Today, we have a fun little fair creature deck. And I know Magic's not fair at all right now, but that's what I want to do. I just want to put big dudes out there and start swinging. But before we do, go and remind you that we do have a Patreon. It only takes $1 to support us, and we love you very much for it, and the link will be down below. Today, we are going through B.F.G. Big fragging dudes here. Or guys. And I just wanted to, like I said, just play fair Magic. First guy is Marauding Raptor. Remember him? He's a 1 in a red, 2/3. Creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, it deals 2 damage to it. If it's a dinosaur dealt this way, Marauding Raptor gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Now, this will only happen when you play another Marauding Raptor, but I was looking for ramp, but not a mana dork kind of thing. Like, I wanted something more aggressive than just a goose on turn 1 or whatever. Sure, there's Druid on turn 2, it's a 2/1, but I still wanted something more angry. This guy is pretty angry.
This guy does it. And he kind of mana ramps because he makes your stuff cost less.
Exactly.
Next is Radha, the Heart of Keld. She is a red, green, and 1 for a 3/3 elf warrior. As long as it is your turn, she gains first strike. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may play lands from the top of your library. You can pay 6, and she gets +X/+X, where X is the number of lands you control. So early game, she's there to help you just get your stuff going quicker. Yeah. You get more lands out there. And then late game, she can pay 6 and just be like, hey, she's big.
Yeah.
You're dying.
I really underestimate how good she is. Like, the fact, like, when I first started, I was like, oh, this is stupid. It's just a 3/3 for 3. But, like he said, early game, you're just like, you play her like, oh, there's a land. I could do this. Oh, it just gives you advantage. And then with her not really ramping you, but giving you a hand advantage, and the Raptor helping you out, you get bigger dudes out.
Yeah,
quick.
and it's a you may look, it's not a you have to reveal.
Yeah.
So you don't play with the top, so they don't get any information. You're just like, cool, I don't. All they know is it's not a land because you just leave it there.
Yeah, and it's like a Corso Crucifix. I always loved when people played it because you're like, I know what you're drawing, so.
Yeah, but she doesn't let you.
Exactly. Next one is Questing Beast because you need this guy. It's 2/2 green, 4/4, Vigilance, Death Touch, Haste. Also, it can be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Yay! Combat damage that would be dealt by creatures you control can be prevented. Cool. And it still has more. And whenever Questing Beast deals damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to target planeswalker they control, so you don't need to worry about splitting damage, and that's the best thing about this guy. Like, especially with Teferis just running rampant out there, I don't know, we're done.
4/4 haste, vigilance, death touch. It's pretty good to me.
It's just good for 4, man.
Dude doesn't care about you and your life.
Yeah, no. Just done.
Next is Sphinx of Foresight. Is 2 blue and 2 for a 4/4 flyer. At the beginning of your upkeep, you scry 1, and then you may reveal this card from the opening hand. If you do, scry 3 at the beginning of your first upkeep. So, early game, like the very start, you're like, hey, cool, look at this dude. He's going to show up later, and I get to dig 3 deep and rearrange him.
It's worth it.
It really is, because you're already going to play it, they're going to know it, but it's not a big deal. Like, you're not going to not play this dude, so
yeah,
sure.
Exactly. And he has more text. At the beginning of your upkeep, you scry 1. So even then, he's still keeping you from going through. He's low-key one of my favorite, like, blue creatures. Almost of all time, kind of. I don't know why. He's just super solid, and he gets you there.
Oh, yeah.
And the next one is Elder Gargaroth. 3, 2 green, 6/6. Vigilance, Reach, Trample. We just love green dudes with keywords on them.
Yeah.
And whenever he attacks or blocks, choose one. You create a 3/3 beast green token, gain 3 life, or you draw a card.
Awesome. I will take all of that for 5, please.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you. And with the Raptor, he can be 4. And then they don't want to swing. Why would they want to give you value for, like, no reason?
Yeah. And it's a lot of value because you're making dudes or gaining life for cards. Like,
yeah.
You can't stop that.
Exactly.
Next is the Pouncing Shoreshark. It is a blue and 4 for a 4/3 with Mutate. And it mutates for a 4. So it can only mutate on a non-human, and it does all the silly mutate rules. It's got Flash. Whenever this creature mutates, you may return target creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. So you're going to mutate this dude on like a Gargaroth, and then they're really sad because you get to just be like, hey, bounce that dude, and I get to kill you.
Exactly. And just to let you know, it happens on Arena, so I'm sure it's the rules. But with the Raptor, the mutate cost is 1 less as well. So turn 2 Raptor, and then if they play an important dude on their turn 3, you just put this on the Raptor, and then you swing it for 4. And then, of course, if you play another Raptor, it's a 6 power shark that comes after them.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. This card is just offset. I used to love. I had a band deck with just creatures that mess with the board, and this is what it helps doing that for sure. This one is one of my favorite new cards of the new set. Is Terror of the Peaks. 3 and 2 red, flying, 5/4. Spells your opponent to cast the target Terror of the Peaks costs an additional 3 life to cast. So it's not pinging them or like it's an additional cost. So no matter what, if you protect your dude or cancel it, they still have to pay that 3 before even targeting this guy. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Terror of the Peaks deals damage equal to the creature's power to any target. Just
so he turns your raptor into a hey shoot for 2, or the pouncing shark. You're like cool, dude comes into play, take 4.
Yeah, or your elder just takes 6.
Yeah,
real quick.
Yeah, he makes your dudes auto deal damage, which is ridiculous.
This is the reason why I built the deck. Is this guy because he's just so good.
Yeah.
Like I feel like he's amazing.
Next up is Thryx. The Sudden Storm is 2 blue and 3 for a 4/5 flying with flash. Spells you cast with convert mana cost 5 or greater, cost 1 less to cast, and they can't be countered. So all your big dudes, don't counter them.
Yep.
The dude we just talked about, the Terror of the Peaks, this guy,
and the Beast,
the Gargaroth. Then you're just like, hey, don't counter these.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Sadly, he's like the card that can be easily replaced, but to be able to just hold up mana and then just flash him in at the end of turn and then just be like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
I'm a 4/5 flyer.
Yeah.
Now, of course, we go in the spells is a Scorching Dragonfire. 1 in a red, instant. It deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker, and if it was died this turn, exile it instead. And this is, you just need this. You need creature control and planeswalker control as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just need to get that extra damage out.
Next up is Thrash and Threat, and it is the little split card. First is Thrash. It is red-green hybrids, and it's an instant. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker you don't control. Or Threat, which is red, green, and 2. Sorcery, create a 4/4 red and green beast creature with trample.
Yep.
So early on, you can use it to kill the board or control what you need to, or late game, you're like, cool, I need a threat, let's make a 4/4, and if I have Terror of the Peaks, it shoots you for 4.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks.
Just extra value from there. One of the strongest cards for the set, or the deck, is Cultivate. 2 and a green, sorcery, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, reveal those cards, put 1 on the battlefield tapped and the 1 in your hand, and then shuffle your library. The fact that if you have all those 5-drops in your hand, but you have this on turn 3, you get to play your 5-drops.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, really good.
Next is Pulse of Murasa. It is a green and 2 for an instant. Return target creature or land from your graveyard to its owner's hand. You gain 6 life. So this card is actually a lot better than you give it credit for. Because it returns something, and like 6 life is not something to not like scoff at. Because it is actually a good chunk of life that you gain back. And you're able to get whatever you need. So if you need a land, you're like, cool, give me that land.
Yeah.
Or get a creature.
It's definitely a one-of, but like you said, it's just super great card. Especially after you play something big and they kill it and then you just bring it back anyway. Rhythm the Wild, 1 red and green enchantment. Everyone forgot about this and they should not sleep on this card. Creature spells you control can't be countered, so that's number 1 after there's so much flash out there.
Yeah.
Non-token creatures you control have Riot, and if you don't remember what Riot is, basically they gain haste or a 1/1 counter. And to give turn 3 this, and then all your other dudes have haste is just devastating.
Yeah. To give your Terror of the Peaks haste is pretty silly.
Yeah. And I also played a game where like I had 2 raptors and they would kill my dudes, but since I had Rhythm of the Wild, I put a counter on them. So my dudes still cost less and they don't die. And it makes me happy.
Next up is Sublime Epiphany. It is 2 blue and 4 for an instant. Choose 1 or more. Counter target spell. Counter target activator trigger ability. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control, or target player draws a card. So you can choose up to 5 if you have all targets, but the likelihood of that is very low. But it's very easy to choose 4 of these.
Yeah, at least.
Because you counter one of the 2 abilities, whether it's a spell or an ability. You bounce a dude, you draw a card, and you make a token.
It's insane.
Sure, I'll pay 6 for that.
Yeah.
Seems good.
When most of that stuff just costs 4 to do like 1 of those.
Yeah.
You know, this is just also another card I wanted to try, and it's completely worth it. The fact that one time I countered a spell while canceling their sacrifice trigger, and then drew a card and bounced their oven, and then also made a copy of my Sphinx for 6 mana on their turn. Like, they scooped immediately after that. Like, there's almost no coming back from that.
Yeah, this card is literally, it's very close to being a 1 mana for each ability, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, it's very close to that.
It's completely worth it. With that, we'll go into the lands. I basically just have all shock lands. So we have a Breeding Pool, we have the Steam Vents and the Stomping Grounds for the shock lands, and then also we have the Triome, which is awesome. The Ketria Triome, which is of course just the Temur one, and then of course we have the basics, so Forest, Island, and Mountain. We're just going super simple. I haven't found any trouble with that actually. Just been able to cast what I need to, and with Cultivate, that's why you need more basics and not really Fable Passage, so you can just be able to get those quicker out and foremost. But with that is a big fracking guys, and it's super fun to play, and I can't wait to show you on Arena to show you how much Terror of the Peaks is actually that much of a terror.
Yeah,
sure.
This deck looks super fun.
Yeah.
Like, it looks super easy. It's just straightforward. It's just, hey, let's play creatures and we're gonna kill you.
I miss that magic. I missed old magic.
Yeah, I mean, it is old magic.
For sure. With that, hopefully you enjoyed your stay here at Geektopia Island, and you have a good day. Goodbye.
Later. Also, guys, I just remind y'all to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and if you want to keep up to date on all our future content, make sure you click that bell. It'll give you all the notifications you need.
With that, we'd like to go ahead and give a big thank you to all our fans that support us through the year, and especially our Patreon support people. We do like to give a shout out to our Mythic and Above supporters, and that would be Dwayne Higgs. Thank you very much. We love you.